How the eyebrows, all the hairs in place, no strays getting round. Very good. The Grampians, also known now as Gary Word. Word up, Gary. I've just gone and wrecked my introduction by saying that. G'day, I'm Nick from Bushwalking, Victoria. This is Terry. This is Terry. We got Party Terry and we got Bushwalking Terry today because we've got a companion on the trail. Yes, he's a little naive, a little ignorant of the world of Terries, and he's about to get a big education on what the Terry stands for as we get around the Wonderland loop. And I should add that person's name's Bella. G'day Bella, how you going, mate? Hope you're enjoying this introduction, watching back retrospectively of all the fun that you missed out on this morning here in the darkness. But in all seriousness, this walk that we're doing today, the Wonderland loop, just really spectacular, very easily accessible out of Hall's Gap. In fact, part of the walk can be started out of Hall's Gap. I'm going to hot foot it before Bella gets here around 8:30 to go check out the canyon.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. Honey, you are my fire. I want you to know.
Would you look at that? Just the shape. It is beautiful. Just beautiful to see. So bulbous, round, and structured, almost muscular in nature. God, what a beautiful lump of rock. This rock behind me and the huge escarpment that continues on behind it is over 430 million years old. This thing goes back before the dinosaurs. Can you believe that? Just when you thought they were the oldest living thing that ever existed on the face of the planet, well, today you've just learnt this rock existed well before their time, which was millions of years after 430 million years ago. And you can work that out by searching Google. Now, the way that these rocks created this very unusual pattern where it looks like a layered chocolate cake. How that's come about is basically the sediment, when it was a molten lava, was forced out of gaps and fissures in the earth, and under pressure created these layers of molten lava that just essentially folded back over itself over and over and over again and hardened up in the formation that you see today. There's Bella. Jeez. Getting on a bit. God, I'm looking forward to seeing him. It's been a long time since we've caught up. Good mate. Geez, we used to hang out a lot back in the day. Uni. Boy, fond memories, I can tell you. Anyway, be patient, I suppose. He'll be here.
Terry. Hey.
Bella.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah. Good to meet you. Well, I mean, good to see you, of course. You know, being such a long time and all since we last caught up.
Since the Gumtree ad, yeah.
Mate, I'm talking about, remember uni days? Monash Caulfield.
Yeah, but we've never met. I just saw your thing on Gums.
I'm just saying, it's really good to see you, and
all right.
You know, yeah. I don't know
That's
why
good.
you keep coming back to that social media bit. But, it's really good to see you here, and let's get into the walk and catch up on old times, hey?
You can tell me why your name is on your hat.
It's Nick, by the way, not
Nick.
Terry. That's the hat. So,
all right, Nick.
Just try and keep that in mind.
Got it.
Yeah. So just getting back to the Terry once more, Bella, because I noticed you bring it up back there, but one of the strong points to it, and if I can just, sorry mate, I'll just get your attention for a moment.
Yeah.
You can actually remove the terry, and you know, it's been a hard day's walk, let's just assume we haven't stopped too much coming up here, and I've got the beads of sweat just plastered across the faces. The toweling nature of the hat just allows you to absorb all those bits and pieces of sweat there. Now, it's not something you get with any other hat but the terry toweling. You know, plonk it back on the bon scone and away you go. You're all cleaned up and fresh as a daisy. So that's just, I think you could really benefit from that one day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll keep it in mind.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, and I guess beyond that, well, the terry's very transportable in the sense that, say we're in a high wind environment right now and it's really starting to flap about. Not that that would matter too much because the terry is actually quite malleable, so the wind just kind of passes over the surface of it. But, you know, you don't have to worry about putting this in your bag, Bella, because you can just simply fold it up nice and small. I've got quite tight pants on, so I've got to take the phone out. But boom, Bob's your uncle. I'm not even taking my pack off and inconveniencing myself with that kind of motion. It's just straight in the pocket.
But you can do that with a cap.
Yeah, but what if it was an Akubra? Can you do it with an Akubra?
No, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Think about these things. It just depends what hat I'm comparing it to.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll pay that. That's fair.
If you can argue less about what I'm trying to tell you, that'll be... Just take it in. I'm just asking you to absorb it.
All right, okay, okay. It's interesting. I wonder if this was lava on top of sandstone and got washed away.
Probably the sorry mate, just from the other quality about these hats is, you know, if you ever go into an RSL and there's a lot of elderly people there, which there normally is 100% of the time, when you wear a terry, people, strangers, are a lot more open to talking to you and having some really in-depth conversation. Elderly people have a lot of great stories to tell. They do. But you just need to wear a terry next time you're in your local RSL bowling club.
All right.
Okay. Good old Bella over there taking some glory shots of himself, looking back down on the valley. The thing that the poor innocent guy doesn't realise, and how he's a bit naive here, is that it's very, very steep terrain over there, and a lot of people over time have fallen prey to getting too close, too glory-like to the edge, and actually falling to the death below. And it's something that no one should put themselves in harm's way of. Bella? Bella? Bella, you there? Bella? Bella?
Oh boy. Nick. Nick, oh, you alright? Oh, let me give you a hand.
Oh God! Wait, hold me back! Don't touch! Oh. All right.
seizing. Oh. Are you serious?
Come on, this is all part of the act, mate. Come on. Oh my God. Oh God, I've drawn some claret.
I don't know how you survived the drawing claret.
That was a sharp fall. Yeah, I don't know how I come out of this alive, to be honest. I mean, I bounced off this rock here. I'm pretty sure that's just as Terry was falling over my face, and then rebounded down here under the rock.
Maybe it's a Terry.
Yeah, well, I actually think it was. It just sort of grouped up, got in front of me and provided the padding I needed off the rock, and then again down here. So, well, here we go. This is a real life example. Cushion the blow. Probably saved my life, in all fairness. It's saved me once, twice. A bit of a mop-up operation.
Right.
Post-injury, and...
Where do I get one of these?
Yep, lift me up. Hang on, oh, gently. These things actually have great thermal properties.
G'day.
Oh, sorry.
Please, come on through. These things have great thermal properties when you dunk them in water and then put them back on your head. For a good half hour or so, inbuilt air conditioning system as you move through the environment.
So it saves your life and keeps you cool.
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me.
Yeah, something to think about for you.
Oh.
On the Terry Richter scale, this is a 10 Terry out of 10 Terry walk. Can't fault it one bit. It's not to say it's perfect, it's not just blow you away Grand Canyon type scale, but it's just got interest points right throughout the walk, whether it's starting out at the Wonderland Carpark and then moving through the canyon onto Silent Street and then onto the pinnacles. Every stage seems to have its own individual section of interest to keep you entertained as you move through the environment. And that is the part of walking which I hold with the highest regard, because it's all about the visuals, being entertained by what's around you, being inquisitive and curious as to what the landscape is doing as you pass through it, how it's changing and why it's been affected by the environment in the way that it has. Coming off the pinnacles, you've got the rock face of the Grampians, and then in this final section you've got Stony Creek, the Venus Baths on a hot summer's day. Look at that. There's a spa sitting there waiting, ready to go. And that is the Wonderland Loop here at the Grampians. Woo! And one pretty fresh Terry on the Bonscon. Hope you've enjoyed it. Get out here sometime soon. You're not going to regret it. It's an absolute ripper. There is waving of grass in the breeze, and a song in the air, and a murmur of myriad bees that toll everywhere. There is scent in the blossom and bough, and the breath of the spring is as soft as a kiss on a brow. And springtime, I sing. Andrew Barton Banjo Patterson. Verse 1, a singer of the bush. Intonations inspired by Jane Bunn. Whew, what a writer this man was. Listen to these two select verses from another one of his famous poems. And the bush hath friends to meet him, and their kindly voices greet him, in the murmur of the breezes and the river on its bars. And he sees the vision splendid of the sunlit plains extended, and at night the wondrous glory of the everlasting stars. And I somehow rather fancy that I'd like to change with Clancy, like to take a turn at droving where the seasons come and go, while he faced the round eternal of the cash book and the journal. But I doubt he'd suit the office. Clancy, of the overflow. Whoo, Banjo, what a special bloke you were. He's right. Springtime is amongst us. It might be August 28, but it is as good as September 1. Well, it's a few days away anyway, isn't it? So that makes complete sense. Now, how do I get out of here without trampling $100 bills on the ground? These things are expensive. Forgive me, Mr. Farmer. Woo, wet through after that experience.
You all right? You want me to walk towards you?
You alright?
I'm fine. Thanks.
Yeah?
Thanks. Yeah.
So, just hit his head. You alright?
Oh no.
It's fine.
God,
I'll
he's
make
a
it- make it
good
little
actor.
video.
He's a very good actor.
Stress. The Terry.
This episode is lovingly dedicated to Terry Hickey, a man with a great name, and to Parks Victoria. Your work does not go unnoticed.